it's John Piper with the weekend video clip, and it's Saturday the 7th of October. Start with the Dow this morning. My view is we're heading for a major peak, possibly the major peak, although you may just see a corrective decline before a major peak later. This looks like the third wave here, fourth wave here, and probably a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is wave 4 with the one final move to come. Listener is slightly confused by this sort of ABC pattern here. Could be part of the correction. I mean, not an easy count because it didn't truncate where it shouldn't do particularly. Could be some kind of triangle, as I mentioned before, not an ideal triangle either, in fact. So it does allow for a couple more ups and downs even after a fifth wave. I think probably we'll the best indication will be the wave pattern after the peak's in. So we see 5 waves down, followed by an ABC. That'd be perfect. What we don't want to see is a huge collapse before we have a chance to go short. So had to wait and see how that develops. The earliest warning sign might be Prector announcing the peak is in. He's done quite a few times already, I think. We're certainly expecting it as well, and we're monitoring it very carefully. I suspect the Elliott wave theorist will not be out until he can see some kind of evidence that there was a peak in place. Anyway, on to the next market. Right, the DAX is a little bit clearer. This is the 4-hourly chart. Big correction down to here. ABC, followed by a 1, 2, 3, 4 there. So again, we've got the fifth wave coming in here. Let's have a bit more detail. Right, well, the third wave seems pretty clear. From around here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It gets a bit confusing beyond there. Hard to count this bit here as well. There's a possible 1, 2 here. And there's a possible 4 of sorts here, but it just seems to be dizzling around really. It may be that we're just seeing a sort of a peaking process. As someone once said, lows are an event and peaks are a process. So this could be the process we're seeing. But again, looks really close. And of course now in October, which is traditionally a time for peaks and market collapses. Although whether we see a collapse this early in the piece, I wouldn't have thought so. I think we're probably going to go more, see a more leisurely decline to start with, and then the acceleration phase is what normally happens. Right, turning now to pound dollar, which is we're short pound dollar. We went short on the extreme stop below here. So currently we have around 400 points on the trade, which of course is an excellent result. The extreme stop is not an ideal system, but it does catch the, well, it catches moves basically. If you want to catch a move and nothing else available, extreme stop works extremely well. So we saw a peak here, that counted really well as a peak of wave 4, nice solid selling spike. We then saw this A, B, C rally for a 2 wave. This is uncountable basically. Elliott wave theory, like every other theory around, doesn't always work, and you cannot expect anything to work all the time. In this case, as I used different techniques, as it were. The Elliott wave count into here was good. We had that spike, and then we had the extreme stop. So below two buying spikes, which was a key point. That's probably it's not even easy to count the pattern from here either. Let's say that is another 1, 2, then got a 3 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 perhaps, and a 4 and a 5, but even that count's not great. I think this third wave might be the shortest. In any case, still be a 4 and a 5 to come, even that were the case. So really no sign of low at this point. Clearly we've got some very decent profits in there, so I would suggest maybe taking some of that, or at least locking in some return. There's quite a good spike there for stops, in fact. What we're waiting for really is a more substantial rally to give us a clear indication where we are. A reshorting opportunity. It's often safer to reshort the bounce. The same goes to the Dow really, rather than trying to catch the peak. From a trading point of view, it can be a much better plan to wait for the peak, see the initial formation play out, and then sell the corrective rally. And we should have another opportunity in pound dollar to do just that going forward. Right, looking at gold, we have the peak around 1360. Looks like 1, 2, 5-part 3 wave to there. Decent fourth wave. A bit of a messy 5. I can't really count that very easily. We have got a solid buying response here, although it could be just news orientated. I tend to rely less on it. I don't like to put too much attention to news related moves. I'd rather see them come in isolation. Nevertheless, we've got a decent buying spike there, so a bit of luck we might finally see some kind of bounce. If that's a corrective bounce, maybe an ABC back to around 13.15 over a period of time, not in the time frame that I've just illustrated. We'd then expect another sell-off. This sell-off was around $100 from 13.60 down to 12.60, so 12.15 or so could be where we're heading at the moment. But right now, I mean, there might be a buying opportunity, but it's rather be corrective. Right, on to Bitcoin. We saw the peak at 5,000 coming in here, just below 5,000. Clear A, B, C down to there, just below 3,000. Now since then it's got a little messy. My count is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, with a 5 wave now coming in. There's a couple of problems with that count. One is that this third wave is not totally dynamic, so not by Bitcoin standards. And this wave 4 is a little bit subnormal. Now the key thing, of course, is to see a new high. That's essential. I think it's about 4,460 thereabouts. However, one alternative count which should actually cater for both those issues I just mentioned is actually what we've seen here is a 1, 2. This is a 1, 2 of 3. Then an extension of 3, a 3 of a 3, to take us soaring up above 5,000. That would actually be good news for Bitcoin holders, including myself. That would certainly clear the air substantially. The alternative count, which is not so good, is ABC down to here, A, B. This is all a C wave, which could have peaked to there, or may go a little bit higher, around 4.6. At which point, waves A, 1,100 points from there, and the wave C, 1,100 points to here, roughly where it might end up, would be equal. So this is the key level we want to see taken out, and we want to see it done in some style. So what we really want to see next week is a nice solid thrust up. If we stall, if we go down again, that would favour the corrective scenario. Could only be a fourth wave if we take out the first wave, which is here. So quite a lot going on. I'll be looking to go long, subject to what actually happens. I've got to stop a lot of my existing longs for profit. I've tightened this up quite tightly, so I can see we're going to see a pullback. And of course now it's Saturday, we can actually trade the thing. Anyway, well, I would veer to the upside, but caution is required because the downside could easily come in. Right, finally, just a quick note on health. I'm into health quite a big way. I exercise quite a lot. Recently I went to something called the Juicy Oasis in Portugal, which is a place where you have fruit and vegetable juice for a week, nothing else. And also it was a fairly amazing experience, since I feel I've got rid of about 15 years of abuse. I feel a lot healthier. So it's well worth trying. Just Google Juicy Oasis if you're interested. It's quite expensive, I should say, it's not that cheap, I suppose. Also a very good film called Super Juice Me, which explains how you can do this 28 days juicing and eliminate pharmaceutical drugs from your life. One guy went to the 28-day retreat and went with 2 suitcases, one for his clothes, one for his medication. He was on about 50 different pills, 20 for his original ailments, and 30 to deal with the side effects of the first 20 pills the doctors have been pushing onto him. Side effects of these various pills include death, suicidal tendencies, and heart attack. It's just incredible, really. We accept this kind of behaviour from these people. I don't really understand why we don't treat the problem, which is, of course, the toxic lifestyles that many of us, including myself, have, or did have, I suppose. I'm trying to change that. Anyway, I'm not doing markets, but I thought it might be some interest to some of you, and feel free to contact me if you'd like more details. I'll put a link to the film in the email. Well, that's all for today. If you found that interesting and useful, back to report on Tuesday morning for subscribers. Have a great weekend. Thanks for listening, and bye for now.